America, America, you in danger, girl. Do you know you in danger? Why aren't you afraid? Why do you seem so calm? Do you not know that you are being led by incompetent nincompoops that are actively working to either steal from you or get you killed? Don't you think it's about time you do something about it? Okay, well, let me inform you about what is happening to you as of today, or what we are finding out has happened to us today. In the latest and the greatest so far of the actions of the band of criminals, also known as the White House and the executive branch of government, we have learned that they were planning the attack on another country. They were planning to drop bombs on another country, which they ultimately did, by signal chat. And that the idiot in chief, Pete Hegseth, or somebody else on the chat, sent an invitation to the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic, to a journalist, to the head of a journalism organization, and included them in the signal chat in which they were making plans for action against another country, which ultimately the action, the bombs dropping on Yemen, all of that eventually did happen. I want to give you some details before I tell you all the ways this is a problem. And if you can go on Instagram or to The Atlantic, Jeffrey Goldberg has now written an article in great detail, including sharing the information that was on the signal chat. It's all on there. But if you go to Instagram, just go to The Atlantic on Instagram. It says that on March 11th, Jeffrey Goldberg, the Atlantic's editor-in-chief, received a connection request on Signal, an encrypted messaging service, from a user identified as Michael Waltz. Now, Michael Waltz, as y'all might know, or you might not know, is the name, what a joke, of the National Security Advisor for the president, for the felon-in-chief, felonious Trump. Michael Waltz sent an encrypted message to Jeffrey Goldberg, editor-in-chief of The Atlantic, and invited Jeffrey Goldberg to join this Signal chat. Goldberg did not assume it was the real Michael Waltz. It's not uncommon these days for nefarious actors to be impersonating people. Y'all know about that. You know about everything that's going on with the billionaires and their algorithms and their non-control of any of the ways that social media works right now. Still, Goldberg accepted the connection request, hoping that this was the actual national security advisor, because he's a journalist and he's thinking, oh, okay, you're trying to reach me off to the side to talk some super secret squirrel stuff so that we can maybe get an exchange going. He says maybe the NSA, the National Security Advisor, wanted to chat about some important newsworthy matter. 2 days later, Goldberg was added to a Signal chat group called the Houthi PC Small Group, Houthi, Houthi PC Small Group. And in all, it had 18 members. Listen, including Mark Antonio Rubio, Secretary of State, J.D. Vance, the Vice President, TG, we think that's probably Tulsi Gabbard, the Director of National Intelligence, Scott B, apparently Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, the whole cabinet, and Pete Hegseth. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh, and I'm mostly laughing because I want to just scream, cry, roll out on the floor or something, but my job right now is to tell y'all what happened. So, Pete Hegseth, yes, defense, Pete Hegseth. After receiving the first messages, Goldberg was still thinking this is not legit. But once the bombs dropped in Yemen and members of the group celebrated in the chat, Goldberg concluded this was absolutely real. And today, a spokesperson of the National Security Council, confirmed that the Signal chat was authentic. Goldberg says, I've never seen a breach quite like this. never seen a breach like this. So if you go to Instagram, you can see the article, some snippets from the article where he's saying he had doubts because, why would senior U.S. officials be on a Signal chat, including the Vice President of the United States? But I'm gonna share a few of the little bits of the chatter on Signal, the double encrypted Signal. I'm gonna share a little bit of it. But in case you're wondering, no, U.S. government officials are not supposed to use Signal to conduct official government business. No, there is not approval to use Signal to share top secret classified information, to discuss foreign policy initiatives, to discuss plans to take military action against foreign governments, countries, and actors. No, you are not supposed to use Signal for those purposes. It does not have the level of protection that's required for us to be talking about state secrets and planning strategy on Signal. The same place where y'all's boo goes to swap information and not get caught like on a regular text message. Oh, is nobody supposed to know about that? Okay, ignore that I said that. But no, Signal is not supposed to be used for that purpose. And it's not just that this was like another oops, another uh-oh, another situation where stupid people are doing what stupid people do, and where incompetent people are doing what incompetent people do, criminal people doing what criminal people do. It's all of the above. Stupid is as stupid does. Incompetent is as incompetent does. Criminal is as criminal does. And right now, the whole run the country like they're doing a heist and the whole run the country like they don't know what the hell they're doing, it's all coming together in one dangerous death by incompetence package for the United States. That's what we got right now. And if Monique, you're just making too much of it. Oh, Monique, that's what some of y'all, the ops that come under my page, that's what y'all say. But just in case, I want to give you the laws that have been broken and the reasons why it matters. Congress actually does have oversight of executive branch records preservation. I'll give you the intro. The U.S. executive branch agencies are subject to broad legal requirements regarding the preservation of records of official government business, with potentially stiff penalties for violations that could include suspension or firing, as well as criminal sanctions. There are two, not one, but two regulations that govern. The two statutes impose broad record preservation requirements on the executive branch. The Federal Records Act, 44 U.S.C. chapters 21, 29, 31, and 33, and the Presidential Records Act, PRA, 44 U.S.C. chapter 22. The FRA applies to records that are held by federal agencies, while the PRA applies to the records of the president, the vice president, and their immediate aides. So between these two, everybody who was on that chat didn't have no damn business sharing our business via Signal. No business plotting and planning foreign bomb dropping, foreign actions against another country. Friend, enemy, doesn't matter. You don't share it on the Signal chat. And then you stupid-o enough to invite the editor-in-chief of a national news organization to be included in all of your plotting, planning, discussing of the president's thoughts on it, deciding when it's going to be done, specific military codes, specific military strategies and actions, and then the dance afterward. Woo! I have already given this more effort than I ever desired to, and it is not any pleasure at all of mine to have to come to you all with this information. But I'm going to add one more thing. You can go to archives.gov, look up the Presidential Records Act, PRA, of 1978 for yourself and read there everything that it's supposed to do to protect us. Because when people use something like Signal, but our emails, and they communicate about important foreign matters on an app, on a line, a chat, a platform that disappears the messages in whatever amount of time you set it, but our emails. And then we can't get the history we're supposed to have of what they did, what they said, what happened. It's tantamount to espionage. This is the type of behavior that we would expect from a foreign government like the Russians to do to us. This is not the type of behavior that we would expect from us, from our leaders doing it to us, thinking that they're smart, but they're twice as dumb. When you put people in charge who have no business being there, who have no experience that makes them deserve the job, who don't give a damn about you, and whose feet have never probably even touched solid ground, absent a slipper. These are not the people who will take your concerns, your safety, your security, your economy serious enough to be put in charge of it. And that is exactly who's running our government right now. I don't care how many things we disagree about. You gotta see, right? We all want to be safe. We all want our family safe. We all want to live to see another day and another day and another day. At this rate, MERIKKKA might not happen. I'll be back, y'all. In the meantime, please subscribe to my channel and please like on YouTube. It's at Monique Pressley channel, and I'm at Monique Pressley on socials everywhere else. I appreciate your time and your attention, even when I'm tongue in cheek, even when I'm kind of trying to keep it light and laugh so we don't cry, so we don't cuss, so we don't go out in the middle of the streets and get ourselves shot protesting. Even then, I mean to help you make it make sense. Talk to you soon.